1 सेकंड चाकू मारा क्या? अबे टीजेबी टुक इट पर्सनली लुक्स लाइक लास्ट मैच में वीसी चाकू मारा था टीजेबी को एंड टीजेबी गॉट देयर रिवेंज। अब पेटी को भी मार रहे देखना। अबे क्या चल रहा है बे ये वीसी एंड टीजेबी का? ले बदला ले लिया भाई। पीएमजीसी चल रहा है कि क्या क्लासिक स्क्रिम्स चल रहा है। अरे अरे ये तो नाच रहा है बे, खड़ा होके नाच रहा है। तो हेलो एवरीवन, दिस इज स्पाइक। आज का वीडियो काफी इंटेंस होने वाला है क्योंकि आज हम देखने जा रहे हैं पीएमजीसी 2024 ग्रैंड फाइनल्स का डे 2। टोटल $3 मिलियन का प्राइस पूल है एंड डे 1 के बाद ओवरऑल स्टैंडिंग्स आप स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हो। वी हैव 4MV ऑन टॉप विद 63 पॉइंट्स। क्या ही दिन था भाई डे 1 इनके लिए। फॉलोड बाय टीम स्पिरिट विद 53 पॉइंट्स, वाइन डोंकी विद 53 पॉइंट्स। कंपटीशन बहुत क्लोज चल रहा है। एट द सेम टाइम स्ट्रॉन्ग टीम्स लाइक फैल्कन्स, RCB, TJB, Alpha 7, INF एंड TT बिल्कुल सेकंड पेज में दिख रहे हैं एंड इनका पॉइंट्स भी बहुत कम है। तो डे 2 इज ऑल अबाउट कमबैक्स। तो लेट्स सी भाई कौन से टीम्स आज कमबैक करेंगे एंड बाय द एंड ऑफ द डे कौन सा टीम टॉप करेगा। जो भी होगा आज बहुत इंटेंस होने वाला है, फॉर व्हिच आई होप यू गाइस आर रेडी। अपना वीडियो में आगे बढ़ने से पहले नीचे एक लाइक वाला बटन होगा, उसको फटाफट कर देना ऐसे वीडियोस हर रोज देखने के लिए। एंड आल्सो सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना गाइस, वेरी क्लोज टू 1 मिलियन सब्सक्राइबर्स हो जाना चाहिए, बस कर दो क्लिक। एंड विद दैट बीइंग सेड, नाउ लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड। लाइक हर स्टेट का ऐसा एक रीजनल टूर्नामेंट हो which will decide the best team of that state। उसके बाद सारे स्टेट्स के बेस्ट टीम्स रीजनल के बेस्ट टीम के लिए कंटेंट करेंगे भाई, मजा आएगा। जस्ट एन आइडिया, जस्ट एन आइडिया। ओए लग गई। ओबे क्या मारा इसने? रेड लेक। ये कल भी बहुत प्यारा फ्रैगिंग किया और थ्रू आउट द टूर्नामेंट बहुत अच्छा फ्रैगिंग किया इसने, बट 4MV को जो घूम के मारा ना इसने, नाइस रिफ्लेक्स ब्रो। TX किधर है भाई? TX खेल रहा अभी पैराडाइज में। और अरे लग गए। गुड फॉर फैल्कन्स। ओए घुस के दे दिया। ही इज नॉट फिनिश्ड बाय नींबू। नींबू इज द लास्ट मैन स्टैंडिंग फॉर नावी। बहुत गलत मिसकैलकुलेशन हो गया नावी से। फैल्कन्स वर्सेस गिल्ड भी हो गया। गिल्ड के 2 बंदे गए। उधर आईसी अकेला लड़ रहा क्या? कारिलो ने एक्शन को नॉक किया। लग गए फैल्कन्स की। आईसी इज द लास्ट मैन स्टैंडिंग फॉर फैल्कन्स। आईसी वर्सेस गिल्ड स्पोर्ट्स ब्रो। अकेला मारा पता उसने, अकेला अभी भी लड़ रहा है। साइलेंस ने गिल्ड का और एक बंदे को मारा। आईसी का किल चोरी कर दिया। बहुत प्यारा 1v1। चल मार देगा। अबे लेफ्ट। नाइस ट्राई बे आईसी, नाइस ट्राई। अकेला सोलो वर्सेस स्क्वाड लड़ा ब्रो उसने गिल्ड स्पोर्ट्स के अगेंस्ट। आईसी वाज अ नाइटमेयर फॉर गिल्ड स्पोर्ट्स। या फैल्कन्स बाहर। 6 पॉइंट मिले, एक्चुअली डिसेंट नंबर। Nice spray.
Down the hillside. Redlick does hit the deck, who has been a pretty phenomenal player for them, and now they have to hit one of these nades. They need to get a second knock or a re-knock on side, so they can invest time into getting Redlick back up again.
Ooh, is that third party?
Fabian ne diya. Kim Min ko not finish.
DRX are forced over the hilltop to tumble on down. You've got Kaxe still on the grass, looking to try and snake this one out, but I think he's waited too long to strike. Finally stands up, but will get put down almost immediately, and Cilio looking to repair now, but
हो जाएंगे full reset.
bear down upon them. 2 of them down.
But deep किया गया, लग गई। आईएनएस की लग गई।
And over the top, Fabian launches into the
last man standing है Fache.
already down and flushed as well. It's all up to Fash for Incilio on the south edge, trying to keep his team alive, but there's 4 players to deal with first.
एंट्री अच्छी है लेकिन बैठने का तरीका अभी बड़ा कैजुअल।
Looking for the reses.
D+.
He's going
An
for the rev.
interesting approach from them, honestly. The fact that they were able to get back into this
और
one,
एक भी knock.
down the hill, lovely stuff. Fash though, an extremely strong
चलो
play
finally
coming
done,
through
but यार
from
फालतू
Incilio,
casualty है
making
D+
it
किया
work
के लिए।
somehow.
फालतू
It's
एकदम
D+
फालतू
is on the defense.
See, this team spirit as well. They're rotating.
Spirit लेगा मजे अब।
To try and third party.
Spirit लेगा मजे अब D+ किया गा।
Looks like they're trying to re-engage that booster thrust
No.
over towards that third-party
Looks like a
situation.
no.
Instead of finding those knocks, though, they're not quite.
Why
fully
that
flushed
fight
with D+,
costed
however,
D+
the blue
kiya
zone
3
may just do the work.
casualties.
Pushing high ground
Thoughts on
up
players
behind
not
that
using
tree,
AKM.
forcing Voindonki to wait for the breach to come on through.
Nobody likes
Failed to
AKM
find the
these
nades just
days.
yet. Potato's cooking up another one, but no means
Nomi knock.
doesn't want to wait for the nade to explode there. Tries to go for the trade, but it doesn't work out well. Thunder Talk now moving in from that north side. And
Matic knock from Osal लग गए भाई. Team Spirit का last man standing है. उसको ही मार दिए. तीन अलग-अलग टीम मिलके मारे. Team Spirit बाहर.
Had a little bit
Voindonki आ गया है. Hashtag 2 पे.
So a little bit harder to play with. Alpha 7 approaching from this northeast side.
Osal spotted. ओए कहाँ से पड़ा इसको?
RCB may be a little bit too wide.
Osal को knock दिया उसने.
A little bit
Right
too
से law
bold
मारा.
here. Sara looks to try and control.
चलो kill confirm कर लेगा रिलो. Nice.
Coming through either way, and that leaves only Influence Rage, the 4-player team.
एंट्री अच्छी है लेकिन बैठने का तरीका अभी बड़ा कैजुअल है.
RCB is playing very passive.
Couple of knocks.
Margil is the last man standing for
They
Alpha
are
7.
holding this team out. They're out inside the blue. RCB though, they know they need to conclude this fight quickly because obviously there's got to be a team in Paradise.
Bhaiya, why I
Talk
have
who
an
make
exam
their way
today,
out, who
but
are
I didn't study any
healthy
tips.
as anything. Lovely play from RCB.
सामने वाले से
Rolling
setting
the
कर लो,
vehicle,
और
take
कुछ
down
नहीं
Alpha
है
7.
तुम्हारे पास option.
And like I said, they needed to get them
एंट्री
out of the
अच्छी है
circle
लेकिन
quickly.
बैठने का
That's what
तरीका
we're
अभी
doing.
बड़ा कैजुअल
There's
है.
the Sara push, and you're gonna be
पकड़ेंगे तो मेरा नाम मत लेना,
RCB
बता
this
रहा हूँ.
time around. Influence Rage, they've lost a
I'm
player.
only
They've
just
lost
looking
Lorenz,
out for
but
a
they
brother.
still have 3 players
Nothing
up
more.
on this high ground as well, with 1 player
TT.
from Thunder Talk beneath them. Ching
Bye
trying
bye.
to give him a fancy feat, the roll around, trying to
अबे
wrap
कैसे?
it on up, but with the last player to
Bye
stand
bye.
at his feet, will send him skyward, and it is now 3v3. Is actually
High
Can
ground.
Silas
But a
clutch this one?
2v3. Love is in.
ओए knock दे दिया. एक entry knock दे दिया Silas.
Silas opens the bidding. 1 knock found towards that high ground. That gives them a little bit of breathing room. Loxy breaks out to a trade.
अरे बाप रे, अरे गया, लग गई. RCB.
Standing tall for
RCB got their first winner chicken dinner. Let's go, bro.
The old-time
Sara देखो,
champ
Sara
steps
नाच,
up for
नाच.
another performance.
नाच भाई.
That was
जापान से
an
आया इसके लिए.
unreal play.
अब तो dance बनता है.
Silences the opposition and they come away with a chicken dinner.
भाई आपका पर डे डेटा यूसेज कितना है? मुझे
एंट्री
नहीं पता.
अच्छी है लेकिन बैठने का तरीका अभी बड़ा कैजुअल है.
एक सेकंड. चाकू मारा क्या? अबे TJB took it personally, looks like. TJB took this personal. 4 किल निकाल दी.
That was in a 2v4.
लास्ट मैच में VC चाकू मारा था TJB को.
They managed to make it work.
And TJB
Lack of weapons.
got their revenge. अब पेटी को भी मार रहे देखना.
Added for TJB. That is a great
Wow.
result for them.
PMGC ग्रैंड फाइनल्स लैंड पे चल रहा है भाई, ये देखना. हुआ is like, I'll not let this slide. I'll get them in the next match, and this is the next match. VC is out at hashtag 16.
This time around, they're like, oh, we have to just keep going forward. There's no point in sitting around this bridge forever. In the meantime, D+ currently up against the Thunder Talks.
2 players in Novo,
Already
2 players
there
in
is an
Gatka,
initial knock that
Falcon
goes through
split.
onto the Thunder Talks. D+ not doing a bad job here, and this nade could prove devastating.
No real third
Falcons के
parties
दो
to be
drop
seen on
locations
this
हैं,
location
जिनको भी नहीं
either,
पता.
which means it's a straight up 4v4 in the apartments. A wide wrap maybe from a team like Team Spirit, but that's got at least 30 to 40 seconds on it.
TT मार खाएगा
How long
D+
this one
किया
takes
से.
to conclude. Null boot nades out and finds the flush. Good start for the fight. Thunder Talk losing 1. But it's a little bit slowed down now. It seems like D+ Kia not going to continue with their aggression onto the fight, but they've claimed one of these apartment buildings. They've pushed Thunder Talk away. King up on that high ground, not really having
अरे क्या
impact,
गलत
and a
नेड
big
खाया
nade
भाई ये
over
Zing.
the side there for Osa.
गलत
A
नेड
lot of
खाया
damage
ये.
to AJ as well. King needs to find value on this nade. Needs to find 1 or 2 knocks on this one for sure. Goes in, blasts a
भाई,
lot of
ना,
damage to Nolbu's
ना
health bar, but
चाहिए
doesn't
था.
quite find that knock that they were looking for. AJ gets the heal off, but
खत्म,
immediately
it's over.
take
I
it
told
back
you.
down. They get sat, and it
D+
is Thunder Talk
Kia
with
in
1
close
left
range,
to,
4v4
1
is
left
very
to
strong.
stand in this game.
King is
It's
running
a
for
great
his
day to
life.
start off with, honestly, coming from D+, because it's just smart play from D+. Very hard for Thunder Talks to deal with, because as soon as they were on the
अबे
defense,
इससे
they
बचा उसका
were
HP
getting
देखो,
away from
खत्म
it.
खत्म
Another
खत्म
great
खत्म
pick off, and
खत्म.
that will be D+ with 4
TT
elims.
बाहर.
Our South Korean
D+
representative
किया,
did
made it look very
well in
easy.
school. Pretty much a masterclass of how to play
Very
apartments
easy, bro.
on this season
Dog
side.
knock.
4-on-V going up against
Apex knock लग
Voindonki.
गई.
ID Potato blasts into the building.
And Vexy down, sure, but they're on the inside. They've got the protection they need to get this res. 4MV
Why donkey पे like भाई हमारा competition है, बिल्कुल नहीं छोड़ने का इनको. If you are single, you are free, brother.
Get those placement points, Kitsune
As long as you're
goes
single,
down.
you'll be happy. No one can hurt you.
Just know me.
बस
I
वो याद
believe
रखना.
remaining.
कभी तो शादी होगा तुम्हारा, पक्का होगा. घर वाले करवा लेंगे
Circle
तुम्हारा.
shrinks to the west
तब
side
तक
of
सिंगल
the
लाइफ
GG.
एंजॉय करो ना. ये बंदी से कुछ होने वाला नहीं है.
Sune will try and hold out
अरेंज
against
मैरिज
Cilio.
या लव मैरिज
The
जो भी है,
trenches, see if he can
शादी के लिए करो, टाइम पास के
win
लिए
that
नहीं.
one through. Then the play zone taking a knock over
lag
towards
gaye.
Guild, and Flower
Lag
looking to
gaye.
try and hold off. They've already got 4 elims, remember, from that early game engagement, but Guild are looking to try and take the fight with them as well. The roll-up
Nice
doesn't go
jiggle,
well,
man.
though, and Flower still has a little bit
Ho
more
gaya.
gas in the tank and
Nice
has
trade
Longs
from
on the
Longs.
high ground on the off angle there. Last player from Guild to try and take the fight, but it's put down.
Guild बाहर.
676 can try and get into this one,
And of
3
course I'm not
players
surprised.
survive.
ये तो
A
expected है
nice
Guild से.
heal off coming through in the blue zone.
Guild
stage
esports
4.
is like,
This
you know,
will be
bonus points
survivable, and they're
for all the
up to
15
8
teams.
points now, Blank.
It's an unreal response from Flower. He absolutely blossoms into that fight, gets a ton of damage done.
Ooh.
But it's
Oh,
Void Donkey ID up against D+. They're inside
Yeah.
the building. They're unable
Void
to
Donkey.
hold on. And Void Donkey ID
Got
will go
owned
down.
by
With the help
D+
of
Kia.
RCB chiming in from that sidelines, who now send over towards the position. D+ is suffering at the moment. They have
RCB आ गया third party करने.
Nades coming
Wow.
through for V also.
Not looking good for D+ Kia.
Crash on crash on crash. RCB
Nice
try
one.
and step on in.
Last
One
man
for
standing
one
at
on
D+
the
Kia
trade,
का.
but the numbers are in their advantage. That
Nice
gives
one, Fabian.
them their favor, but Fabian
गया,
tries to
D+
take it
Kia
back.
also out.
Unfortunately, won't be able to find it out. Now is
RCB.
there another team?
5
Anybody
finishes.
else? Anybody
4
more?
man strong.
'Cause
4MV
Navi
is
on
like,
the south side, they
हम
could
risks
potentially
नहीं
look
लेने
to
का.
push
हमारा
into this one,
competition सब
depending on how
आपस में
fast
लड़ रहे
RCB
सामने.
can get themselves
लड़ने
back
दो
together.
इनको.
Maybe
Rebel off
TJB
from
wants to
puncher.
try. Now V looking for the roll-up.
Navi
Okay,
did
the
the slam.
first team to try and crash in towards 4MV. Everybody else is preoccupied. Out the west side, Enigma Galaxy seemingly not having a say into this one. Navi clean up to this one. They've left one player behind. Flip is still out in the open. And with Navi on 4
Reefus knock
players
from
finding a
Nimbu.
nade over towards
They're
the
on last man
Reefus is
standing here.
down, and this is an excellent opener. The roll-up for Navi going miraculously well.
Through the nade up the stairs, I'm pretty sure it bounced and then hit Reefus,
TJ भी बाहर.
which is really unfortunate.
नींबू घुस गया.
I think Baron was like, haha, you missed me, guys. But realistically, they weren't exactly where they
Bye
wanted
bye
to be.
4MV. Nice
Now
try.
Na'Vi comfortably controls
Zero
this compound
eliminations.
off towards the western side. Influence Rage
Zero
make their way
placement
in.
points.
Alpha 7 taking shots over towards
Nice one.
DRX.
Carilo.
It is going to be tough to make this crossing.
Marley
6
knock.
does go down, but that's traded almost immediately by Puncher, and now it's up to Mafioso
Left
to try
से भी
and
पड़
cross
सकता है
through
बे.
this one.
Mafioso.
Lemon with the
Nice
off
rock
angle.
बे,
What a
क्या मारा
stand
बे.
up. What a shutdown
मारा?
there. They're looking to try and keep this one under control. Navi had a great roll-up, but the hold not so good.
नींबू को पड़ रहा है कैसे तो.
Mafioso always has been
फट-फट रैप हो
a bit of
गया.
a maverick when it
लग
comes
गया
to
Alpha
clutch
7 की.
plays. An insane shot running through the fields there.
Last man standing
Finally,
है.
a bit of a shutdown on towards
Carilo.
Alpha 7, but the fact
The
they're able
IGL
to
of
get this
Alpha
close
7.
is
अरे
disgusting.
Carilo भी एक रोक
Opening
दिया.
up onto another with
और ये
Carrillo
फट-फट रैप दे
through
रहे
the
बे.
window.
फट-फट
And
रैप दे
they
रहे
needs to
सबके
be
सब.
phenomenal. They
Alpha
will
7
find the
बाहर.
last. But not without punishment onto Na'Vi.
कितना fast
Crucially
उठ
though,
रहे लोग.
Blank, no flushes. Just knocks sent to Navi. Sure, it'll drain their armor, but they still have 4 sightlines to play with. The circle
RCB
moves down south,
Navi.
and surprise, surprise, it's onto one of the
NGX
strong positions
INF.
that the Galaxy hold. Influence Rage actually moved in and pushed the
4v,
off of
4v,
the high ground. You can see
4v,
the
4v2.
regroup has now come in.
In which case they could
Navi
pull away
dinner,
from
मेरे
that
को वही
fight
लग रहा
between
है.
them and Incilio and further cement
Navi का ही
themselves
match लग रहा
inside
है.
this circle. Quick push out coming through from Na'Vi. Dangerous stuff, but it will keep them in the game a little bit longer.
Oh, Puncher giving them the shimmy, shimmy, shake off to the round sent his way. Just
अबे
about
सामने जो
staying
container है
alive.
ना,
RCB
blue
not
वाला
so lucky
container
on
है
their
ना,
rotate. This game for
उधर जाएगा
Navi has
next.
been
हाँ, नींबू
really
चले
quite
गया उधर. बहुत
strong,
सही.
Blank. I think their roll up over towards
Expected,
the
bro.
compound. Excellent,
Nimbu
but
knock.
now their move through the open ground is made tough. RCB try
RCB
and head up
horrible
towards the church,
decision.
but Influence Rage giving no quarter. Immediate shutdown. Silas the last to go. In a flaming vehicle, hops over the top, and Redox now looks for the fight, shuts it
RCB
down.
बाहर.
And it will be the end of
गलत जगह पे
RCB.
गए बे.
Influence Rage on the north side.
Yeah, I think for RCB, they would have been better off trying to fight really inside there. You could have maybe
अगला zone में INF, NGX
the loot crate in the middle.
आपस में लड़ेंगे. Navi फायदा उठाएगा.
Toe to toe with Na'Vi, although it would have been a bit awkward.
Unless अगर zone उन पे गया तो.
Possible, but I don't think RCB were getting much further into this game after what occurred earlier on. They were a little bit too passive inside that warehouse. Now this is interesting. Moving back over towards that northern side, suddenly Influence Rage have a ridiculous position to play in.
Oh,
कोई नावी के दो बंदे नॉक
and they will take shots out to the open.
नावी के तीन बंदे
अच्छी
नॉक
है लेकिन बैठने का तरीका अभी बड़ा कैजुअल है।
elimination count that they've gotten so far, Blank, it is a good result, and they've been needing one pretty desperately up until this point if they want a chance to step
Nimbu
towards
is the last
podium.
man
We'll have to
standing.
wait and see
नहीं,
how
नहीं,
much
Nimbu not
exactly
है
they
क्या?
can get
Nimbu
back
है,
into
Nimbu
it, but
है।
they're out of the circle. They'll need to cross open ground, and I just
बाप
don't
रे,
think they've
वापस
got the
knock.
gas left in the tank. The cover is there, and the
I
nades
forgot
continue to
उधर
roll
से
over the
nades
top.
कर सकते हैं,
Nick
Nimbu
Galaxy
गया।
with the bounce on top
नहीं।
does actually find the protection from the rock, from the hay bale there somehow, and doesn't go down. Nick Galaxy continue the bombardment.
भाई
Yeah,
साहब
it works out. I understand what Nick Galaxy is trying to do here. I think that you give up the eliminations though for favor of more nades in the pocket, because Nick Galaxy expended a lot there, and I'm
That did
pretty
not
sure
just
you'll
happen.
need these when the push comes through. And this will close until there's nothing left. Influence
गया,
Rage
गया,
as well as Nick Galaxy trying to make this one work. Influence Rage moves over towards
मिल
the
गया
high
kill,
ground,
Lil Boy को।
expose themselves. Nick Galaxy not able to find
That's a
too much
proper
off the back of this
4v4.
one. It is a tough rollout from Influence
Injects
Rage.
का
But
पोजी
like
अच्छा
I
नहीं।
said earlier, nades are dry for Nick Galaxy.
Redox
Redox has been holding in this tower for a
Redox
while,
का
and
पोजी अच्छा
finally
है।
Influence Rage descend. Looking for the shots.
Nice
Navallo
one.
looks for
INF
Lil
by
Boy,
knock.
clocks him on the descent, and two players down onto the ground floor.
Injects
They
is
need
crossing.
Redox away, but he's just been so stalwart in his hold. The
Rauf
cross in the
knock.
open, though, gets cut through by Lorazin, and the spray down is good for a flush. Influence Rage with three players now left standing, and it's up to Snowix and Redox
Lage
to
bro.
try and find the crossfire, but there's nothing.
well played बे INF
It's
well played
Influence
आज
Rage.
दो
They
चिकन
move
निकाला
into the
INF
church, and they evict Nick
दो
Galaxy
चिकन
from the
निकाला
game.
INF
I mean, for Nick
सर,
Galaxy,
दो
there was
chicken
a
कहाँ निकाला?
possibility
पहला match हद दिया ना ये।
like basically
पहला
extract
chicken।
themselves from that fight between them and Cilio.
एक hashtag
a
two, एक
lot
hashtag
earlier.
one।
Time to loot. In comes Tongji about.
Shut the door on him. Goodness me.
अबे क्या चल रहा है बे ये VCN TJB का
Able to find one and a second found.
ले बदला ले लिया भाई PMGC चल रहा है कि क्या classic
scrims
चल रहा है।
Likely going to get flushed away as well, but it looks like the Vicious are going to come out on top of this hot drop. Blank Erangel hot drops as they keep unfolding. Not ideal. It severely limits your point scoring potential.
अलग swag है भाई इनका।
Either you get a game or you don't.
SSS is the last man standing
Both teams are going to lose.
भाई this is not cool यार
Signature weapon.
अरे अरे इधर नाच रहा है बे खड़ा होके नाच रहा है ये
DVS tries to go a bit of disrespect, but DRX is here in the sidelines. Almost falls for that one.
wow
Ooh, over on the east side.
प्रीत भाई बोल रहा है डोल
On the center of it, but no, they are going to.
प्रीत भाई
sides. I mean,
डोल
being out there.
डोक
Is
नहीं
another wide Falcon split. They've got 2 and 2. It looks like
Dole.
that's what they're going for, Blank. We'll see if it's going to work out this time because every
one and
single
only spike
it hasn't.
प्रीत भाई क्या चल रहा है
That they don't want to fight Silas in
Prediction दे दो,
exact position
कौन उठाने वाला है
where
trophy?
They won PMGC way back when on S2G. So fair enough. This is Silas's.
even team at hashtag 14 has chance to win competition yeah one chicken and even Alpha 7 can be in top
Finally, able to
3
pick up the
not 3
pieces,
top 4
Immediately rolling straight back into the fight. Going to get a knock around the edge.
चल finally DRX
To make it work.
versus
Last player
VC हुआ
does finally fall. A long and protracted
खत्म
bleed out, fully sending on in, and 4MP looking to hold this out.
Alpha 7 injects पे slam दिया
Both think the Galaxy and
Redox
Alpha 7
finish, Carrillo knock.
from the south side, wrap through and meet once again, but it's Alpha 7 to take
Revo
the majority
knock.
of the damage here. As
Mafioso
Galaxy,
knock.
despite losing a player, seem to be holding on.
That is a crazy crash coming through from Alpha 7. And they're punished for it. Absolutely. Not enough smoke.
क्या था वो?
Time to throw the smoke
ब्राजील
over.
में पोर्चुगीज में क्या बोलते हैं एल लग गए बोल के
Tried to go for something a little bit crazy to attempt to get more points on this
कल
game.
कुछ तो बोला था मैंने एस्तावो फुदीदो ऐसा कुछ था 3 finishes 4 man strong sorry 3 finishes 4 man strong 4 finishes 4 man strong
G plus Kier trying to hop in, hop out, give them the run around, but steps it back into the nade. And Incilio
D place किया बाहर
in these apartments. They made the roll up work. They're up to 5 elims now.
TT बाहर गया TT also बाहर by RCB
Rotational position for them, and they are slowly clearing.
RCB
out.
60 points bro
Just get completely obliterated on the approach. As Team Spirit taking shots out towards school as well.
Yeah, classic. But Incilio, despite everything, what a wonderful turn of events for them.
मुझे लगा वो एकदम कोने तक भागेगा उधर टंकी के पीछे कहीं सो जाएगा नहीं bro thought I'll become a snake
They do very well with it.
INS versus 4ME let's go
Every Thursday.
ओए nice one
Yes, and your way out of a nade.
2v3 fight.
Nade to bounce in, maybe finding a second, but Donkey
बाहर.
in the meantime. Falcons on the inside looking to hold them out.
जोन स्टार्ट हो गया भाई. अपार्टमेंट्स से फ्री किल. INF बस ADS खोलो मारो. ADS खोलो मारो. सिर्फ फ्री किल्स ही फ्री किल्स. ऐसा आपस में मरेंगे.
The drop down. Apex wants the fight, gets the flush. Can Incilio find anything more? Apex is now pushed out to the outside. Can't really step back in.
INF के 5 किल है अभी. देखते हैं और कितने फ्रैग्स निकालेंगे.
Pushing them away. Needs to try and stand up in this. Engagement Incilio have still got 3 players to play around with, and Apex steps back into the blue to try and give them the slip.
बस Diago बस ADS खोलो मारो बस.
Makes this exit all but impossible.
I have no idea
Shea
how
finishes.
Apex makes that work, and
Sad.
certainly he should go down for it, but what a wonderful way to hold them out, and that helps the rest of the team, who's down
Kill
towards
chori
that
ho gaya
south side, prevents as many teams getting through towards this location, which is technically still fairly safe. 4-4.
Baron knock from Hyunmin.
I say that as an 8 flies over the top side. We'll
देख
take
लिया.
that one. You know, it's
गया,
exactly
dog गया.
where Doc is. That nade should be on target.
GG.
Attempts to crawl
पूरे
away.
भी बाहर.
They will not be fine
सिर्फ
again.
3 टीम्स बचे.
Despite that,
Falcons,
RCB
DRX
took
and
up the
INF.
Position now it's Influence Rage and DRX that take control of the rest of the game.
DRX have been slow on their approach to this match.
Boom.
Far blank. They found
क्या नेड है भाई. Top is the last man standing for Falcons.
Waiting for their time to strike, and they chose it perfectly. Now in the driver's seat of this game, we'll see if they can take it over the finish line. Influence Rage still stand as 4, but Lorazin knocked.
It's
makes
over.
This harder.
An incredibly early
It's over.
cleanup in this match. We lost so many
11
players.
finishes for
It all
INF.
comes down to this now. The big fight between DRX as well
4v3
as
fight है.
Rage. Nade goes through. QXC
DRX
lucky.
needs help.
Not to take too much damage from that one. Smoke
Opening
shot.
knock चाहिए
Nice.
उनको बस. Opening knock.
Cross angle here. Hyunbin does not know. Limited nades, good damage though to start.
Nice one, मिल गया. 3v3.
Finds the first onto Lil
Proper
Boy.
3v3.
Influence Rage now in trouble.
Lord God did get tagged with the nade around the side as well, which gives info on where they're holding. Nade sent back out, but there's no knocks to be seen.
और उन्हें हेड मार दिया. बाहर दिया भाई. ट्रेड ले लिया. इसने भी ट्रेड ले लिया. 2v2.
And it is QXC to go big against Influence Rage here.
Last man standing in Law.
Low HP on the side.
1v2 situation for Law.
With the crate to play around, a little bit of improv cover to find those chicken dinner.
मैंने बोला DRX का सेटअप बहुत खतरनाक है. Law is going for the rev. Not possible. Zone से मर जाएगा. मार दिया. Law एक HP गया. Zone से गया. Like I said, DRX का सेटअप बहुत खतरनाक था. वो निकल ही नहीं सकते स्कूल से बाहर. Finally, DRX makes a comeback with the winner chicken dinner. Nice try, NF.
Lovely stuff coming through from this
Nice
team,
try.
and a great hold.
3 मैच में 2 बार #2 एक चिकन डिनर निकाला NF. Consistency, too good.
There's too many people around them for them to actually be able to go and third party this position, so it's only going to be nades that could potentially reach.
RCB TD को मार रहा है. 2 बंदे गए. एक नेड से 2 बंदे गए.
TJB want to try and challenge.
RCB is pushing.
Thundertalk have taken heavy casualties in the meantime, and RCB want to capitalize. High in the compound will not.
TD बाहर. RCB Loxy.
Fast roll down, make it work.
4 finishes. Matic गया.
Together.
और
All
Matic
the
बच
BEL
गया.
squads now, because Thundertalk have been pushed down by the wayside. Nomi and Matic very
1v4 मारा क्या उसने?
healing up, but TJB
TD को?
can't find that. Oh,
Right now, because there are so many sightlines on the edge of this circle, Team Spirit and Influence Rage's position, not necessarily the safest, but they will be come stage 5.
गिल्ड मार रहा है भाई.
top from Axo.
VC का आखिरी बंदा है.
Vicious Bronozin does get some healing done, but the vehicles are getting battered about by the nades, and so are the health bars. Guild.
भाई गिल्ड ने एक टीम को वाइप किया. क्या बात है.
Down from the northeast side, they cannot leave from that
Nice.
compound. And on the northeast, Guild find a little.
Deplace किया versus Falcons. ओसोल ने टॉप को नॉक किया. एक्शन को भी नॉक किया.
HP. This is dangerous. They're getting pulled out, and it will be another elimination going through for Guild. As they go down in the open.
गिल्ड का आखिरी बंदा है.
The sight lines not playing well for them. That's Alpha 7.
Action finish.
And trying to get that step forwards, but I just
टॉप
don't see
फिनिश
it
भाई.
happening.
NGX थर्ड पार्टी.
एंट्री अच्छी है लेकिन बैटरी का तरीका अभी बड़ा कैजुअल है.
Team Furious Gaming.
Down towards the south side, where much of the action is taking place. And Alpha 7
Thank you, bro.
just hit a blinder here over on this northern edge.
Falcons बाहर.
This game nice and slow outwards. Falcons now.
What's your
down
cat's name?
To one player.
East on the east, just trying to keep himself together. See if we can keep it under control for the game.
Arre
4MV trying to
bhai.
make their way through, but Influence Rage now with that point.
4MV 2 man है.
4MV are in by the flex out from South Korea.
It's a good play from Team Spirit. It has to be said. Doc nades gives me the spooks. I think when you look at this, it looks bad, but for Team Spirit, they've realized it's the only option they have.
RCB pushed on Alpha 7. Sara knock.
Survival.
Karilo knock.
Crashes through.
But they've still got one more.
Alpha 7 bahar.
They find it. RCB.
I'm supposed to be happy, but I'm not
They're
happy.
up to 11 eliminations on this match. They have been sweeping. They have been aggressive. And they
RCB,
have
4-man
earned
strong,
point after
11
point.
finishes.
A fantastic push
Domination
by
by from
for the team
RCB.
from Turkey.
72 points है उनके
For
पास.
it. It's good to see it come through.
Top 3 आ गया.
On the northeast side, it seems like things have been isolated. And it was TJB to
नहीं,
fall
they're
as
just
well.
few
So
points
down to
behind.
5 teams. And out on the west, you've
Hashtag
still
one आ
got
जाएगा RCB.
that three
if they win
players
this match.
from- really don't have too much to play with other than the magazines and their weapons. But that is still a fearsome prospect. If they can push up, if they can find an opening, they will take it. D plus Kia trying to handle RCB out on the east side. 4 players for RCB alive as Loxy
No way.
tries to
RCB
keep the
aggress
pressure
कर रहा है
down.
D plus
The
Kia पे.
wide sweep
Fabian
and
knock from
lovely
Sara.
vehicle roll-ups.
Osol knock लग गई. D plus Kia का last man standing है Nolbu. क्या बात है RCB, 14 finishes. Let's go बे.
To find the shutdown and RCB up to 14 eliminations
14.
now, Blank.
14 elims.
क्या ये 4MV का रिकॉर्ड तोड़
What a
सकता है?
game from RCB. Still 4 players alive here going forward.
They are 4-man, so और 7 finishes मिल
Silas
सकते हैं
just had his
इनको.
interview.
नहीं तोड़
A
सकते.
little bit of encouragement.
नहीं तोड़
He's done
सकते.
it before. He could do it again. He took that to heart.
But still यार, इस stage of the game में इतना अच्छा मैच निकालना is
Found the
game
vehicle
changing
from
definitely.
somewhere.
Which is somewhat spooky.
It's basically a death sentence.
अरे बाप रे लॉक्सी
At this
क्या
stage,
बात है ब्रो.
Loxy lands one on
R.
Kitsune's head and finds
मत
the
छोड़.
second from Silas. Sent his way too. The bouncers still continue. And Team Spirit have nothing. They have no answer to this. Their nades are completely gone. They
2v4v4.
blew the ball earlier on that south.
RCB नहीं रुक रहा है भाई.
They're playing for
All
second.
thanks to
They've
my
got some
blessing.
more nades off of
All
that
thanks to my
first
blessing.
place, but they're all on Nomi at the moment. But they have to
8 solo finishes for
essentially
Loxy.
hope that by the time this circle closes in, DRX becomes the focus for RCB, which they should do from Alamo.
You've been trying to jump peek the smoke there, effect crawling up behind it. Those smokes are about to fade, Blank. They're about to disappear.
This is a great play. I really like this play, John. Honestly, getting
End
the
zone
flex over
DRX
here
versus
to
RCB
damage
4v4.
The exit here from DRX
Loxy.
is huge. Because it means
अरे
that they're
भाई
likely
साहब.
to go down first, and they're
हो
just
जाएगा
hoping
रवि.
that Nomi lives long enough. This is
Effect
so
knock.
good. The delay is
Effect
massive.
finish.
It doesn't matter that effect's
हो
down.
जाएगा रवि.
Like I said, this is a death sentence for DRX.
The blue zone pushes. With 16 eliminations, RCB want to close this down on the 20. See how much they can get. DRX moving out to hail of fire, but it's not quite connecting here. Sara
क्या
running
spray,
through.
bro.
Finally,
बहुत
the
सही.
spray down connects. One player falls for DRX.
क्या बात है, let's go.
That
हो
goes
गया,
to
हो गया.
Loxy. Two players still
हो गया,
trying
हो गया,
to
हो गया.
break through. The open smoke
RCB
round
का dinner है.
not going to be clean. Soaz goes down.
Beautiful,
next, but
bro,
only one
beautiful.
player survives. It is Hyunbin. What can Nomi do to maybe get that second place? He's still
11 solo finishes for Loxy. One more finish and he'll break the record.
DRX
Loxy, one more.
left remaining, like you say, Hyunbin's still up.
नोमी ने मार दिया आखिरी बंदा आखिरी बंदा को ये आखिरी किल दे दो यार लॉक्सी को नहीं खुद पे मॉली कर दिया नोमी खुद पे मॉली कर दिया अगेन इट्स ओनली 11 मैं ओनली बोल रहा हूं यार ब्यूटीफुल शिप इट इट्स आरसीबी's winner chicken dinner.
I'm not gonna lie, right now I'm starting to wonder, will Sara start
कितने किल 19 finishes ना
because RCB is looking to dominate.
#1 bro RCB #1
taking first.
Pico
Bro.
towards that north side, try and hold out teams coming in.
हैदराबाद मेट्रो में एक बंदा मेरा स्ट्रीम देख रहा है उसके लिए हेलो ब्रो
But RCB towards the center, taking a bit
मेरा
of a
cousin ने मेरे को एक
tumble in
photo
the
send किया
eyes of 4MV.
वो पीक मेट्रो रश में
First
जा रहा है
down,
कहीं
Silas, the potential two-time champ
And वो बंदा मेरा
himself.
stream देख रहा है.
Wild still has a little bit of an answer though. And
वो
2 of
photo
4
send
MV
किया
fall. Silas down, sure, but there's still
4MV.
plenty more gas for RCB.
What is this behavior?
And they're burning away at these holes. DRX from the top of the
एंट्री
top of
अच्छी
the
है
hill
लेकिन
there. They've
बैठने
got
का
players
तरीका अभी
running
बड़ा
4MV
कैजुअल है
बस गरम
Silas
करके
on the
ठंडा
Falcons
छोड़
decided to
देती
take
है
shots over this way. 4MV have been on this
कम से कम
hole.
गरम तो
They've
किया,
lost
खुश
Doc
रहो।
now as Baron looks to piece them back together. Wild the last to stand for RCB.
ओए RCB
Getting
की
that first aid off is crucial for them to stay alive
Last man
here
standing
and
RCB
defend
का
that first place spot.
Yeah, for RCB it's tough. The position they were in was
Braid House, but not quite connecting. The nade over his way doesn't quite catch. Flip is there for the rebuttal over towards top. A high nade coming out from 6 and a flex out from Falcons, putting action into the 1v1.
Abey, IC also knocked
on the top in the meantime. Puncher looks to rampage over the top.
Action also
does
knocked.
not win that trade out. The Falcons are falling short of the mark against Na'Vi, but there is still a little bit more to say. East over the top, the last player to stand for the Falcons, and doesn't get clipped.
Nice one.
एंट्री अच्छी है लेकिन बैठने का तरीका अभी बड़ा कैजुअल है.
East could just about survive.
क्या आगे
6
भी
down on the low ground.
1v1 है.
Have the momentum to
P6
turn it
versus
around.
East.
Doesn't find the swing to the
एंट्री
jaw.
अच्छी है लेकिन बैठने का तरीका अभी बड़ा कैजुअल है.
Falcons बाहर, नींबू बच गया. कल
कल
टॉप 3 में एक कोरियन टीम जरूर होगी. You could say कल टॉप 3 में डी प्लेस किया जरूर होगी. लॉक्सी है ना, वाइल्ड भी है, दोनों असॉल्टर है, किल निकाल लेंगे ये.
Drawn to Team Spirit, and there's no way you get away with that one. Effect, Kitsune leaving.
Matic is the last man standing for Team Spirit.
If you can find a fight, great, but I don't think SnowX is going to let that happen. Steps forwards around the door frame, waiting for a teammate to back him up. Going for the breach as soon as they have a little bit of cover. The Molotov on the ground floor, it's not even needed
Team Spirit बाहर.
to go through the doorway. Instead, he burns down
Wow.
Team Spirit's house.
Some big support for Alpha 7. McGrellin down towards that southeast side. Still trying to make the way through. They will get the res off. A lot of teams injured here. Thundertalks moving over towards the Vicious, who just cannot get a game
Nice
in.
one. VC का आखिरी बंदा है.
And Vicious will be pulled apart at the seams. It
खत्म,
seems
VC
on the
बाहर.
northeast edge. The Vicious fall.
नींबू knock.
It starts to crackle on this side of the map. Influence
नींबू
range.
finish.
Trying to weather it at the moment. Ground themselves.
मार खाएगा बे ये.
In comes the nades though.
खा गया.
Fortunately, one goes down to begin with. Diego takes a knock himself. Alpha 7 similarly suffering.
Nice one, Madeline.
Carrillo cannot make his way in, and King strikes.
Alpha 7 बाहर.
Take it down in response. Low but heals. The res could potentially come through. Influence Rage with one last chance to turn around this corner and turn this fight around too, but AJ is too quick with it. The spray down on Diego. Now just one more player remains.
Nice one. TT art finishes.
Up
4
to
man
8.
strong.
Mechanical skill on display here from Thundertalks is marvelous. Yeah, for D Plus realizing this is a good opportunity to leave. In come the nades over towards RCB.
RCB is still surviving. 2v2 fight है. डॉक ने वाइल्ड को नॉक किया. लॉक्सी 1 HP बचा.
Down early. Loxy on minimal HP steps up to the smoke. Now this is a challenge and a half.
गया. RCB बाहर.
No, he won't be. 6 elims.
6 finishes 2 man strong 4 MV.
With 5 elims for RCB, they will fall down 9th place. So still
84
a little
points.
bit of a gap, still a little bit of a path ahead of 4MV. But Thunder Talk are here
Doc
to
knock
play
from King.
a third party as Doc falls
Still
first.
4MV का
And
भी time आ
King
चुका है.
rallies round the low ground, turning around behind Baron now. They're looking to dethrone him, and it will be
गया.
King to take him down.
भाई TT दे रहा है bro. TT दे रहा है.
Turn around and Thunder Talk open up
10
east
finishes.
side to a 10 elim game.
Now
That's
we're
all
starting
now.
to have a conversation here. For Thundertalk.
Like I said, ये मैच मेरे को चाइना का लग रहा है.
Eastern side. Triple S doing his best to hold out versus D Plus, who have a player down, but D Plus, white knuckle grip on this game, refusing to give up.
With Nolbu left, he's been plenty cheeky on this south side against DRX, and I don't think Triple S could step up to go for the challenge. Unfortunately, Osal will fall.
Last man standing for D Plus
South side of the road is
It's
still
Nolbu.
in the circle blank, and as long as DRX don't peek back over it, he might be able to survive a little bit longer. But look at Soaz, off in the distance there, that high ground, and he may just spot Nolbu. DJB are really at risk from DRX
King
as well
knock.
if they step up on that ridgeline. But all of this is being held out by Thunder Talk, by Nigma Galaxy.
King finish.
This end game is going to go down between Thundertalks and Nigma Galaxy. At the end of the day, Thundertalks will lose one member over that eastern side, dropping them down to just 3. I think that might have been from Kaikse on that high ground, down towards the south. Circle moves north. As the furthest we've seen Guild into any of our matches. 6 versus Nigma Galaxy.
Nice try,
Will
P6.
not find it.
They know he's here. They are really wanting his position, his presence to be known, and hope that DRX can take it down for them. That would allow TJB more lateral movement to move up towards the north side. Nolbu steps up for the spray, the nade over the top.
Yeah, nading, bro.
And finally, he's taken down. It is TJB and Thundertalk are two teams from PEL to play on opposite sides of the circle right now.
On Arango, it's far easier to run into a team earlier on and make those wild plays.
Ajay knock, Ajay finish.
Parties, but for PEL,
भाई अपना बिहार का शेर मर गया.
I think Miramar is allowing to see the potential of slower gameplay.
On board with this match. 2 players now left for Thundertalk with 10 eliminations found. They're going to crash down towards Narvalo. The rest of Enigma Galaxy is there, and Narvalo's going to send them back around. Ralph, though, in danger. She has to step back into the blue, and I think this may be as far as they can go. 5th place found. The blue zone comes and sweeps them aside. A great result, though, and potentially a morale booster. Enigma Galaxy back to their compound, but now they've got neighbors.
As soon as he tries to make that rotate, Exo carrying the corner. Enigma Galaxy need to clear him. Kaikse finding Narvalo on the front line.
Excellent little opener
TJB
there.
could give some competition.
Is shredded. Exo now, the last
Guild
stand, and Ralph handles it. Narvalo's down short.
Bonus points collected by NGX.
On the south side do not have as much control as TJB do, Blank. The bottom of the tables for PEL looking to try and stand up tall, put themselves back in the race. 4 players alive, 4 eliminations as well.
TJB dinner, yeah, TJB or DRX.
Over towards Enigma Galaxy, they extend their line. A 2-2 split and it's working wonders. 6-7-6 spray down onto Kaikse, and DRX fall in their face.
This is a great result from TJB. Starting to push on forward, 6-7-6 rolling down that hillside. DRX are out. 8 eliminations now for TJB as they continue forward over towards Enigma Galaxy. Slightly injured, 3 players. TJB looking for a big win for the team. On the other side of this slope.
Let's get it over with, yeah.
TJB
chicken, easy.
Up towards that front line.
11 finishes, TJB chicken.
The shotgun around the side, the UMP and the pump action around the edge. Enigma Galaxy need to hold their ground now. Try and trade off these angles, but it's not going to work for the first. The second, a little bit more ropey, but it's not going to matter.
11 finishes, dinner. 21 points,
21 points, and they are back in the race.
1 for China. 1 for China. मैंने बोला था पहले ही बोला मैंने. China का मैच लग रहा है.
Great performance from Tong Jiabao. Yeah, for Na'Vi, it hasn't been the most stellar of performances, but I mean, 49 still respectable. If you look down the table,
nice knock, be.
Team has done disastrously in this tournament. Every team has been putting up points here and there, but Guild versus Na'Vi has been a struggle. Coming out from that north side of the map has not been easy. Good nade from Exo. Will pick up Lemon on the flush. Very, very good stuff. In the meantime, teams are heading further and further towards the center of the lobby. Very similar circle to what we saw last time around, and Na'Vi continues to attempt to keep themselves out. Revo down to RCB.
Revo knock me, Revo finish.
For Alpha 7.
Flip knock.
Some big nades coming through from Guild, and they move GG, not GG, down low ground to get onto that rooftop and force Na'Vi to play on the inside of these buildings. That allows them to push up, get the res onto Wagner, which was taken down by Flip. And Guild are actually putting on a good performance here, Blank. They've managed to turn this fight around. They gave ground. I thought it was a retreat. It seems like they were drawing Na'Vi into a trap. This compound
Flip knock again.
Prettier on the outside than they'll find on the inside. Not a gift you want to unwrap under the tree this
Navi's
year.
on the back foot.
Na'Vi pushed right into the corner. Aza with the challenge. Spray down, easy.
Yeah.
UMP finds the mark.
Bye bye,
a
Navi.
sliver of HP left on Puncher. And he has to find something big here. Digs deep, but can't quite get the
Guild.
There's a reason we
क्या बात है bro? क्या बात है? David Beckham is proud right now.
Sprays for him.
इतना मैं बोल सकता हूँ Alpha 7 bottom 3 में तो नहीं रहेगा. Bottom 3 में नहीं रहेगा Alpha 7.
And that's going to even the numbers.
TJB का SSS knock finish.
Pump action through the smoke. Needs to hold his nerve here against Alpha 7. McGrellin catches one shell sent his way. The spray down through the smoke, but there's
6-7-6 knock.
The high ground for Long's not going to have an opportunity.
Alpha 7 के भी 2 बंदे knock.
Finds Carrillo,
Last man standing Alpha 7 का.
Flower looks for some sort of answer as well, but Alpha 7 now with just Mafioso. He's looking for the res. No real chance to go for that third party off angle. And that is nasty. Enigma Galaxy out on the west side could just close down this fight here and now, Blank.
Yeah, I think the TJB, they just want to move onwards with their 2 players, get some more points on the latter half of the day here. Their final game to make it happen. About the Longs, unless they spotted him, might have an unreal couple of shots here. Good tags. The zigzag coming through, doesn't quite find it.
क्या बचा मार्गलिन ब्रो, क्या बचा ये?
Nate,
गया.
big from Flower.
Mafios हो गया. Alpha 7 बाहर at #15.
Just the right spot. Longs is there to pick it up, and unlikely that you get Loxy back. Icy gonna roll on in. They know that RCB are hurting, but there's still guns in their hands, and there's still life left in them yet. Icy.
This fight is not good for both the teams.
Doesn't going to go for the full crash.
ले दे
the
दिया.
rest of the team though.
Icy bro, you beauty.
Oi,
Silas did the action go. Action finish.
And it is a devastating blow struck to the approach.
East also knock.
Goes down next, but he's still going. The old dog has some new tricks.
Oh, this can't be happening to Falcons. Icy trying to finish it off, but Silas, a one-man army in of his own right.
क्या बात कर रहे हो बे साइलस?
The grenade over the top there to take down another. Falcons suffering at the hands
Falcons
of
बाहर.
RCB.
Falcons out at #14.
They're not taking the shots. They're allowing him to go through. They know that Flower's up top. And what's just happened there? Why on earth did they let Longs go through like that?
DRS घुस के मार दिया. RCB बाहर.
98 points only. The Vicious on a crash. This is towards Voindonkey ID. This is the central location. 2 of their players fall immediately. Voindonkey ID are suffering. They have 2 players up. They've taken a second knock. It's only the one player now at the top of the stairs, and he can't quite hold on to it. The Vicious are down to 2, and Guild can come through now.
Bruno's in 1v3.
They're playing further back. They're happy with the position that they hold. However, DRX are across the way. Can they try and sneak this one in? In the meantime,
ये LGD को LGD का गेम प्ले मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगता था.
With Influence Rage, forcing them to slow down on that south side.
4MV bye bye.
Moving at the same time as everyone else is always more dangerous.
I don't know how Apex is making this happen. These are some crazy runs he's going for.
No way.
Back down again. Hits the deck.
One more.
It's a face full of sand, but at least he's alive.
Go on. One last dash. Over the road.
कल एकदम पसीना आ जाएंगे guys.
Not too much to play around.
इतना close battle है bro, देखना.
Pushed off this angle, but not before Apex is forced out. The smoke is there. He dips back into the blue. This feels like a point denial here for Apex. Unless he's going to try and dash it really late. Steps out wide. Tries to go for the spray.
Zone से गया Apex in the end.
Claims him. And 4MV.
जाते helmet सब खा के गया bro. टीम स्पिरिट का रोटेशन आज बिल्कुल समझ नहीं आया. रोटेशन की बात नहीं, उनका अप्रोच ही आज समझ नहीं आया मेरे को गेम का. 2 बंदे गए क्या?
More nades heading over towards Thunder Toxin.
Life's
Life's getting difficult, but a lifeline thrown. Guardian Angel
असली मजे
along
तो
the way. It's
NGX
Nick
ले रहा है भाई.
Galaxy.
सो
They're
के मार
helping
रहा
out
है
the Thunder
बस.
Talks. But they steal away an elimination in the process. Nick Galaxy unsure whether they should have helped them at this point.
AJ, a sliver of HP, Influence Rage with just Lil Boy. He steps out for the trade, but it's
TT
Incilio
बाहर.
to shut it all down. And Influence Rage is
INF भी
certainly
गया.
going to be next. In the meantime, they
Last
moved
man
Vache
standing, Lil Boy.
over the other side of the road for Incilio, which gives them a little bit of a foothold. You can see that ridge line he's playing up against is basically impenetrable from the south edge towards Influence Rage. But Guild, they're on the roll-up, and D plus Kia may have it snatched all away from the bottom of the tables. They are causing trouble.
Not bad, Guild, not bad.
And Exo still in with a chance.
Last man standing है ये
Exo
EXO.
keeping it under control. No one else rolling up, and I think they may have just been able to hold on.
Nick Galaxy flying in.
कोई अभी अच्छे से थर्ड पार्टी करेंगे ना, डी प्लेस के भी लग जाएगा.
Gunshots, they hear the
बट
fire.
नहीं करेंगे कोई.
I think Galaxy want to take advantage here. They've had such a stronghold over towards
चलो
that
full
west
reset for
side.
D plus किया.
As 2 players
Guild
fall
actually
down for D
almost
plus.
wiped D plus किया here, पता?
Smokes go
Almost.
through. Dangerous crossing there for one of D plus's
गया.
players. Nolbu will
Guild
finish off
Esports बाहर.
Exo. This is a good time to reset.
D plus किया
Buffalo got
78.
down on the west northwestern side. From
अगला जोन भी है D plus किया पे.
Resetting here. All 4 of their players are now alive.
Even VC
The
पे भी है.
buildings on the north side of the
NGX भी
circle.
zone के
The
अंदर है.
Vicious on the south are playing as 2, but they have 1 up, 1 down on this
DRX
building.
and INS
DRX
में है.
going to really struggle to leave these silos. And I think the Incilio are going to make that all the harder for them. The smoke's covering Incilio's position, spotted by D plus Kia. This looks like a 1-2-3 for Enigma Galaxy, D plus Kia, and the Vicious.
You look at Incilio, I
Check
mean,
kill मिल गया.
honestly, so very well
NGX.
played from them throughout the entire
Last man standing for
PMGC.
NGX.
There has just been many different awkward scenarios that they've had to play, but
My
each
head
time
is
they've
leaning
taken it
towards
in
D
their
D plus
stride
किया's chicken bro.
and walked on forward. In this
If
case,
D plus किया chicken,
driving
they'll be in
forward
top 3.
toward the building. Good initial nade there from the Vicious. We'll find 3TN. Vache goes extremely low, another on top of it, and that will be Incilio out. The Vicious now alongside with 3 other teams, and the solo coming through from DRX.
the south side, swept aside, can't cross the road.
गया
They look both
DRX
ways.
बाहर, NGX का भी एक ही बंदा
Turn,
बचा है.
it's a bullet sent your way.
Yep, easy chicken for D+
Galaxy
किया.
couldn't cross the open ground either, and the Vicious are racking up these points blank. They managed to get up to 7 elims with this duo on the inside. It's Enigma Galaxy with 1. Just Snowix remains. He's got a little bit of cover to play around with, but it's just a shack. It's plenty flimsy.
अगर D+ किया को वाइप करता तो गिल्ड का चिकन होता ब्रो ये. अगर D+ किया को बाहर करता तो गिल्ड का चिकन होता है. Can you believe that?
We're in zone 9 now.
अगर ये किल और बाकी दो भी
Vicious
मिल गए
and
तो
Enigma Galaxy both in rough position.
ये नहीं दे रहा है किल.
Most likely denial here.
Heal
for
battle
Enigma
कोशिश कर
Galaxy.
रहा है.
Makes sense to me. Don't want to give
We
any
all
more
know that's
points
not gonna
across
work.
any other team. And it'll be Vicious versus D+, who equally, for South Korea, this would be a fantastic amount of points going through to them.
With DRX getting a top 4 as well. It's a little bit of a regional strikeout towards the last match of day 2 here in London.
For every game, really, today, DRX and D+
Fabian
have
knock.
been
Ooh,
involved.
big opener for the Vicious. A 2v4 turned into a 2v3 now, but the information immediately sent back by Fabian. The nades over the top, looking good.
Fabian finish.
now flushed away. Low HP.
Oh, nice one,
Ray
Reynolds.
But Nolbu steps into the breach.
And with that, it's
once more,
8
D+
finishes.
here.
Winner chicken for
They
D+
will
किया
find
and
the
D+
chicken
किया
dinner
is
to
in
close
top 3
out
now.
the day, and they put themselves
D+ kiya is in
again
top 3
in the
now.
limelight to find
Good
what they were
comeback,
looking
bro.
for.
Good
A
comeback.
Brilliant result for South Korea to end day
Korean
2.
teams का strength तो भाई इस PMGC में दिखा दी. They have grinded really hard. Overall standings are here. RCB #1 with 98 points. D+ किया #2 with 92. DRX 86. भाई कोरिया domination तो है भाई इस
biggest question mark for those teams
PMGC
is
में.
how can they actually finish
क्या कोरिया ट्रॉफी उठा पाएगा?
especially for D+. We have seen them in
4MV
situations like this.
no longer at #1, they are at #5. NGX #4.
Where the team starts off hot, but ultimately they end up crashing down.
Competition
I'm hoping
बहुत
that's not
close
the
हो चुका
case.
है,
They have
बहुत
shown
close.
great
98,
improvement
92,
from day
86,
one
86,
to day
86,
two,
85,
especially for D+,
83.
in regards to those Erangel matches. And for
Wine
the Vicious,
Donkey
you guys were talking about what they're
#9.
gonna be
TJP
able to
थोड़ा
do.
ऊपर आ गया,
I feel
climb
like
कर
this
दिया.
team could
#10.
end up surprising a lot of squads.
Alpha 7
tomorrow.
#15.
The biggest factor
Let that
has to
sink
be for
in.
those
Let
teams
that
that
sink
are
in.
already within the top 5.
Falcons
Striking
#12,
distance
TT
right away from
14,
first place.
Navi
They
13.
need to watch out for the Vicious because the Vicious doesn't really
And
care
the
who's in front of them.
MVP of this match, production वाला फिर हक दिया.
Something that's going to be happening though. On the
QX
second page,
ZZ.
a lot of these teams going into
एक
tomorrow.
quality देख के ही लग रहा है मुझे.
Unless you see a big start tomorrow, I think a lot of them are out of the race.
I saw
तो ये था guys
Falcons, we always talk about
PMGC
dragging
Grand
power.
Finals
We
का
keep
Day
bringing
2.
it up. We need
Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. अगर तुम लोग को थोड़ा भी मजा आया ना भाई, लाइक करना मत भूलना, सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना. मिलते हैं फिर से वापस कल. Until then, bye bye, take care, love you all. And अभी तक वीडियो देख रहे हो, you guys know what to do. Stay hydrated. मैंने पी लिया, तुम भी पी लेना.